A day in the life of a backyard gardener. Welcome in to my world of gardening. Today we're going to be pruning some pepper plants. Now I planted these pepper plants maybe like a month ago, and now I see that they're producing fruit. I call the fruit peppers. We see that they're producing peppers. The peppers are touching the ground. That means they're too low. We need to prune them, and I'll let you know the benefits of pruning. Pruning, we're just cutting all the ones at the bottom, and in return, we'll have increased fruit production. Fruit, aka peppers. We can get a lot more fruit, a lot bushier plant at the top. And last year, I had so many peppers, it was crazy. It also provides a stronger stem. Now, the more peppers you have at the top, the more you need it to be strong enough to hold those peppers. It also improves the air circulation, which is needed to help the plant and to also prevent that fungal disease. And we don't want to be out here working harder. So we got to be smarter to prevent that. It also will help with so many other things, to include how much you're able to harvest just by doing the little simple things. So I'm going around each of these plants, and of course I'm going to be losing some of those baby peppers that are hanging on at the bottom, but in the long term it's going to be beneficial overall. It is time. You can either pinch them off, cut them off. You'll see me here cutting them with the whatever you want to call that. You can see me cutting it with that, as well as you can see me using my hand and my nail and just picking them off that way. You do what works for you. I think it's no blueprint, because things that I've tried has worked, and I haven't had any problems with it, especially peppers. If you're new to gardening and you want to learn and try, peppers was the first thing that I tried to grow. And when I tell you those peppers was peppering, I had peppers everywhere, to the point that this year I decided not to do so many banana peppers. I only have one banana pepper plant, and I have, I think, about 5 or 6 of bell peppers, just to kind of mix it up. And I have them in the freezer. I also took some of the peppers and I made my own banana peppers, and I use them in my salads as well. So there's so many different things that you can do, and you'll enjoy it. And like I say, if I can do it, learning on the fly, never done these things before. Of course, this will be my second time now with banana peppers, but I was new, just like each and every one of y'all, with no experience. And I was able to get out here and have success doing it with no experience. So that is just a testament of itself. If you just try, do the little things. I didn't even cut the bottom. Pruning, I didn't prune or nothing. I literally just put it in the ground, made sure to have water, made sure also they like sun. So you have to make sure that you put it in sun. So I did a little bit of research on it and made sure that I set it up for success. And the rest is history. I just went out and I made sure that I also kept cutting the peppers. And when I tell you they start producing like crazy, they start producing like crazy. This was my top notch that gave me the confidence to want to continue to garden. And it's been fun. And the main reason pruning now is what I didn't know then. And we're going to make sure that we have even much more healthier banana pepper plants, as well as bell pepper plants, because that's what it's about. Whether it's not, it's more productive to be out here doing what I'm doing now before it gets bigger. Also, we had a hurricane that came through, and the wind actually took the peppers over. So what I'm going to be doing here, now that I've experienced that, I'm going to also be taking a piece of my okra plant that I had, the stems from it, that has dried out, I'm going to be taking those and reusing it, putting it back in the garden. I'm not paying for anything that I don't have to. I'm going to break those sticks and put them in. You'll see that here as well. And that is going to help to allow the plant to grow up. So the more peppers start to grow on, the more it starts to lean over to the left or to the right. But with putting that stake there and then tying something around it, it allows it to be more stronger as it continue to grow, and then it'll be able to withstand. So you just do the bare minimum to help it, and then it'll help itself. And in the end, you'll be having a very healthy and prosperous pepper season this year as well. We are maximizing what we're doing every single day in every single way. And I hope that me showing what I'm doing as a second time pepper grower show you that we all can do anything that we want to do. And you see me moving it out. This one already kind of strong a little bit, as you can see, but some of the other ones are a little bit more smaller. And we're just going to go around each one and make sure. Now, I had some cardboard under there. You can see me ripping out the plastic. That was a piece of tape that was on the cardboard. So the cardboard actually decomposed in the garden, but you can see the tape still left over. So glad I was able to kind of show that to you. And we're just going around taking all of those. And I don't really know how high to go. I just go however to where if peppers grew, it wouldn't touch the ground. And we're going to continue doing that. And I think I got 6 peppers. Now this next pepper plant right here, you can see just how close it is to the ground. And if anything grow down there, it's going to hit the ground automatically. So we're going to be removing that. Now, I ain't going to even hold you. When I first grew my first pepper plants and I heard something about pruning, I was not interested because I didn't want to do what I'm doing right now, which is cutting my baby peppers. And I'm just now starting to grow. But this time around, I know the importance of it. So I'm going to get rid of it now because I know I'm going to have a lot more in the next couple months. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be healthier. And I'm going to have a bush of peppers. And I'm going to speak that because I'm doing the work to put in what I want to get out. And we got another one. This really hurts to cut it. But like I say, we know what we're doing it for. I'm going to still eat these little baby peppers, cut them up, dice them up, and use them in something so they won't go to waste. Or compost it, but I'm not going to compost it. I'm actually going to use it for something. But let's go ahead. And you see how it's kind of leaning, so you'll see when I do what I do next, the reason for me doing what I'm doing. So here we go. This was an okra plant that I just let dry out, and now I'm just going to use the sticks to hold the peppers up. Basically using them as stakes. I think that's what you call it. So we're going to go ahead and get us a couple off of here and get them put down. And I got this for free. You see what I came up with? Let's go ahead and use them because this was free reused from something I already grew. We're going to go ahead and just put a little hole next to each one of these peppers and try to stand that stick up as straight as we can. Let's go ahead and break this stick off because it's a little bit taller than what I wanted it to be, and I actually can use that for another one of those peppers to get it to stand up. Now the method and the reason for me putting this in here is to hold the peppers up. That way, as they're getting stronger, because I pruned it, it'll then be able to grow up strong, not at an angle, the angle that is leaning, and it's growing stronger in that angle. See how pretty that is? See how perfectly straight that is? With the help of that stick, as it begin to get more peppers on it, it'll get stronger and start leaning one way or another. But we minimize that. And just to show you at a different angle, this is what I did after I put that stick in the dirt. I went ahead and put that around there and just tied it together. You see already how the pepper was kind of leaning, and now you can see the results of tying it together as I'm actually tying it together. You see what I mean? Look how beneficial that'll be to the pepper. Tie it a little bit more tighter, and then it'll be ready to go. So the real question, is it really necessary to prune peppers? It is a personal preference if you want to prune peppers or not. It's not going to cause any damage to it, and it's not going to prevent it from growing because you decided to prune the peppers. I had a great harvest last year, and I would not clip or cut my baby peppers because that was my first time growing something, and I got a pepper down here at the bottom and it's growing. I didn't want to cut it. And so now I'm seeing what it looks like to just go ahead and cut it and see what the benefits are. And as you go through it, you learn. I didn't even have a stake, which is the stick. I didn't have the stick or anything before last time I growed it, however it grew. And I learned the importance of having something to help, especially when I had the storm. So if you're wondering why I have the stick there, because in Florida, we have strong winds and we have hurricanes, things like that. And we just need to make sure that the pepper is ready. I learned from last time, and that'll do it. This is the 2 that I've done so far, and I'll continue to put all of those on the other peppers that we have. And the things that I ended up growing, all the peppers, bell peppers, jalapenos, chili peppers, and sweet banana peppers. But we had so many that I only have one this time. Hopefully there was something here that you've learned from, and you'll be able to have great success as you begin your gardening and pruning of your peppers. That's it. That's all from the garden.